Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Padyantam Vande Guru Paramparam Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री मेधा दक्षिणामूर्ति स्वामिने नमः। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। ओम सच्चिदानंद रूपाय कृष्णाय क्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदांत वेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वलोकहिते रतं वेदाब्ज भास्करं वन्दे शमादिनिलयं मुनिं सहस्रमूर्तेः पुरुषोत्तमस्य सहस्रनेत्राननपादबाहोः सहस्रनाम्नां स्तवनं प्रशस्तं निरुच्यते जन्मजरादिशान्त्यै। Om. Namaste once again, everyone.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste. Archishmanarchita kumbho vishuddhatma vishodhanah aniruddho pratiratah pradyumno mita vikramah. So this is the sloka. We are seeing the names, the namas. And in the last class, I think we have seen the meaning up to Aniruddha, the unobstructed. And as I explained to you, this Nama refers to one of the Chaturvyuha manifestation of Mahavishnu, representing creation, sustenance, resolution of the Jagat. And in some texts, it says that Aniruddha refers to sustenance function of Mahavishnu. There are other texts, as I told you, they disagree with that. But we are not concerned with that as long as we understand Aniruddha as one of the four functions of creator, creation, sustenance, and resolution. So here we can take it Aniruddha as the creator himself. Okay, so this is the meaning of Aniruddha. The next nama is Apratiratah. Apratiratah means the one without adversary. Pratiratah means an adversary. Pratiratah, Bhashyakara says, Pratipaksha asya na vidyate iti apratiratah. So, as I said, Pratirata means an enemy, an adversary. In a war, you can call it anywhere. Any adversary is a Pratirata. And Parameshwara has got no Pratirata, adversaries, as he blesses everyone. He blesses even those who are against him. So he is Apratirata. Because in his Swarupa, Sachidananda Atma, he lights up the thinking of everyone. He lights up everything. So nobody is a favor. Nobody is a disfavor so far as Paramatma, Parameshwara is concerned. So he is Apratirata. Just 1 second, let me. Yeah, then next is Pradyumna. So again, Pradyumna, two meanings can take. The one who has abundant wealth. Prakrishtam dhyumnam dravinam asye iti pradyumna. And the second context is Chaturvyuha Atma Va. Because this in the Chaturvyuha manifestation, Pradyumna is also as mentioned as one of the manifestations. But taking the first meaning which Bhashyakara takes, Dhyumna means wealth. So any wealth that is here, known and unknown, belonging to anybody, we have to understand that all wealth belongs to the Lord alone. And hence he is Pradyumna. And of course, as I said, Pradyumna is also one of the four vyuha or forms of manifestation of Mahavishnu, as we have seen earlier. Then Amita Vikramaha. Amita, the one unequaled. Amita means unequaled. Amita Vikramaha, the one with unequaled powers. Amitaha, Atulaha, Atulito Vikramo Asyeti Amita Vikrama. In fact, this Nama we have seen earlier also, not very old, only recently. We have seen this, and there Adi Shankara gave the meaning, the one with limitless powers. And there the reference was to Trivikrama Avatara. Here, of course, he takes a very simple, straightforward meaning of the word Amita. The Lord Almighty has unabated, unchallenged, and unequaled strength. And thus he is Amita Vikrama. There is no one who can measure up to the Lord. So this is the meaning of Amita Vikrama. Then next sloka. Kala nemi nihaviraha shauri shura janeshwaraha trilokatma trilokeshaha keshava keshiha harihi. Again, this sloka has got 9 namas. Kala nemi niha, that is one nama. Viraha, shaurihi, shura janeshwaraha, trilokatma, Trilokeshaha, Keshavaha, Keshihaha, and Harihi. 9 namas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So Kalanemi Niha is a very simple one. The one who killed the demon Kalanemi. Kalanemim Asuram Nijaghaneti Kalanemi Niha. Kalanemi Niha. So there is an Asura called Kalanemi. And the Puranas say that Bhagavan killed this Kalanemi. Because of he killed Kalanemi, he is called Kalanemi Niha. Ha stands for Handatu, the one who killed. And it is also said that this Kalanemi was reborn as Kamsa. So he didn't leave him. He was reborn as Kamsa in order to take revenge on Bhagavan. So this is the Purana story of Kalanemi here. And Pujya Swamiji adds one more dimension. Kalanemi also means the rim of the wheel of Kala or time. Nemi means the rim of the wheel. So the Kalanemi, the wheel of time, keeps all the jivas without any exception under its spell. We are all samsaris within the framework of time. we change, we age, and eventually we are destroyed by Kala or time. Even when we are alive, the wheel seems to move so fast that we hardly find time for many things. So the one whose grace will take care of the Kalanemi, the spell of the spin of time, is Kalanemi Niha, which is what? Which is, we have to seek Bhagavan's grace, because he is the only one who is Kalanemi Niha. He is not within time like us. Time is within Bhagavan. He can control the time. Then Viraha, the courageous. Simple meaning. Viraha Shuraha, says Adi Shankara. He is Veera because Veerayati, makes his enemies run away from him. Or because Ira, wavering or turning away from any situation, is never seen in him. Vikataha, Iraha, also you can take the Vyutpatti. Vigataha, Viraha, Yasya, Vigataha, Viraha, Yaha, Saha, Viraha. He will not waver or turn away from any situation. So if one wants to be courageous, then one would visualize, or one should visualize, meditate, and understand Ishvara as Veera, as the one who is courageous and has no fear. So the Veera meditation will also make us fearless, courageous, to face any situation in life. Because, as we saw in the introductory this thing, if we are sitting in a boat and trying to cross a river, and the river is in spate, the boat is tossing, turning, everything it is doing. But if we have the confidence in the boatman never worries. He knows before taking the boat out that the river is in spate, it is going to be very challenging, but he has no fear. So if we hand over our fate to the boatman, all our fears also will vanish. Our fears will become fearless and merge into the boatman's fearlessness. Similarly, if we surrender to the Ishvara, and if we take Sharanagati, he is Veeraha, so we will also become Veeraha. Then Shaurihi. Here Shaurihi, the one born in the Shura clan. Shura Kulod Bhavatvat Shaurihi. And this is referring to Krishna Avatara, because the family of Krishna, we say Yadava Kula, it's also called Shura Kula. Now Vasudeva belonging to this family of Shuras. That's why he is called Shauri. The one who belongs to Shura Kula is Shauri. Then Shura Janeshwara. Since he is born in the family of the Shuras, being Vasudeva's son, and being the best among them, he becomes the lord of the Shuras. Shura Jananam Vasavadinam Shaurya Atishayena Ishta Iti Shura Janeshwara. So as I said, among the members of the Shura clan, he is the best. Or if you want to take Shaurya as courage, in the society, all courageous people draw their courage from Ishvara, and so also he is Surya Janeshwara. So we can connect this Nama to the previous Nama. So he is called Surya Janeshwara. He excels even Indra and other devatas in courage and valor. Then Trilokatma, the one in the form of the three worlds. Trayanam Lokanam Antaryamitaya Atmeti Trilokatma. Trayo Lokaha Asmat Paramartatona Vidyante Iti Va Trilokatma. Adi Shankara goes a little deep to explain Trilokatma. So, Ishvara or Bhagavan is one who is in the form of the three lokas. Normally, in our scriptures, this entire cosmos is counted as 14 lokas. Bhu, Bhuva, Suva, Maya, Jana, Tapa, Satya. 7 lokas up and 7 below. Atala, Sutala, Vitala, Patala, Talatala, Rasatala, Talatala. Sorry, Patala comes in Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Talatala. I'm missing that. Atala, Sutala, Vitala, Talatala, Rasatala. One more is missing. I'm not able to recall them. It doesn't matter. So 7 down. 14 lokas is what we normally talk about. But in general parlance, we consider only 3. Tribhuvanam, we say, 3 lokas. The earth, 1 below and 1 above. That is how we say. Or we can also take this as the entire 14 lokas instead of physical lokas, we can take it as Stula Prapancha, 1 loka, the physical world, Sukshma Prapancha, the subtle world, and Karana Prapancha, the causal world. That way also it is Triloka. Of course, the physical and the subtle worlds collapse into the causal world. Tattva Bodha students will recall all these explanations. Stula Prapancha, Sukshma Prapancha, and all that. Why these physical and subtle worlds collapse into the causal world? Because the cause is always there, either in manifest form or unmanifest form. So the cause, the seed of this entire prapancha goes into unmanifest form during pralaya, and then it manifests again, and this cycle of manifestation and unmanifestation continues. And if we actually study, the entire physical order is constituted of physiological, biological, psychological, epistemological, even ethical order. All these are various orders of Bhagavan. The physical world is meant for the sentient, the conscious, the pranadhari. Because if there is no conscious being, then who would see the world? A mountain or a river cannot see a mountain or a river. So all these lokas are manifestation of Ishvara in the form of various orders. And whenever we talk about any order, somebody has to maintain that order. Somebody has to create and maintain that order. And he is the Antaryami, the one who pervades the 3 lokas, and hence he is Trilokatma. Or as another way we can take it, Ishvara being the Upadana Karana, the material cause of this entire prapancha. He is the Atma, the truth of all three worlds. Just as in the case of a pot, if we inquire into the truth of the pot, the reality of the pot, we will know that there is only clay. Other than the clay, there is no pot. Pot is nothing but a form and a name given to clay. So therefore, if we understand this analogy, we will also understand that in all the three lokas, what is there is only Atma, which is the truth, which is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. So the three worlds cannot stand apart from him, just as a pot cannot stand apart from the clay. He is the Atma of these three worlds. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha. And therefore he is Trilokatma. Being Trilokatma, what is the natural corollary to that? He is Trilokeshaha. Triloka Ishaha, Trilokanam Ishaha, the ruler of the three worlds. Trilokanam Ishaha, Tayoho Lokaha, Tat Ajnaptaha, Sweshu Sweshu Karmasu Vartante iti Trilokeshaha. As we have been seeing, Parameshwara is the material cause. He is in the form of the three lokas. He is also the maker, the efficient cause of the three lokas. According to his law and order alone, all the three worlds function. Therefore, he is the Lord of the three lokas. He is Trilokeshaha. Then Keshavaha. Very, very important, interesting nama. Lot to understand. The one manifest as the rays or energy. Kesha Sangita hai, Suryadi Sankranta Amshavaha, Tadvattaya Keshavaha. Amshavo ye prakashante mama te Kesha Sangita hai. Amshavo ye prakashante mama te Kesha Sangita hai. Sarvanyah Keshavam Tasmat Mamahur Dvijasattamaha. This is all coming from Mahabharata. Brahma, Vishnu, Shivakyah, Shaktayah, Kesha Sangitah, Tadvattaya va Keshavah, Trayah Keshinah, iti Shrutehe. Mat Keshav Vasudhatale. Iti Kesha Shabdah Shakti Paryayatvena Prayukta. So the importance of this nama we can actually judge by Adi Shankara's commentary. He has taken material from different texts in order to explain this nama Keshava. It's a very dynamic, it has got different meanings there. Then he also quotes, Ko Brahmeheti Samakhyate Ishoham Sarvadehinam Avam Tavamsha Sambhutau Tasmat Keshava Namavan iti Harivamshe. Quoting from Harivamsha Purana also that. So he has quoted from Mahabharata, he has quoted from Shruti, Vedas, he has quoted from Vishnu Purana, he quotes from Harivamsha Purana, because this word is so popular, comes all the places. So let us see the meanings. The rays of the sun, moon, stars, and all other luminaries are like their hair. Because Kesha literally means hair. This is Kesha. Since the rays of the sun, moon, etc., all these luminaries are like the hair of these luminaries, they are called Kesha. And it is the glory of Bhagavan alone that is manifest in the form of all these luminaries. And so their Kesha, the rays, really belong to him. So possessing these Keshas, he is Keshava. This is one meaning. Then he is Pratyagatma of all, as we keep on seeing again and again. And his nature is that of consciousness. So every thought is a ray of consciousness, and every perception is also a ray of consciousness. And this is explained very beautifully, or presented very beautifully in the Dakshinamurti Stotra by taking the analogy of a pot. Nana chidra gatodara stita maha deepa prabha bhaswaram jnanam yasya chakchuradi karana dvara bahispandate janamiti tameva bhantam anubhatye tat samastam jagat tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye namaidam Sri Dakshina Murtaye. So the analogy given is there is a pot with 5 holes, and a light is placed inside, a candle or any lamp is placed inside the pot. What will happen? 5 beams of light emanate through the holes, and each beam lights up the objects in its path. Similarly, the consciousness, the Atma, which is there within us, it goes out as rays, as though goes out, right? Through these senses like eyes, ears, nose, etc., in the form of a vritti, in the form of a thought. These are the rays, and the one who has these rays is called Keshava. So this is the another meaning, Paramarthika meaning of the word Keshava. Or Kesha here represents also Shakti, the power, Maya of Brahma. In fact, power of Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, all. Brahmaji. Because he has got all these powers with him for the sake of creation, sustenance and resolution. Ichcha Shakti, Kriya Shakti and Jnana Shakti, he is Keshava. The Veda, Shruti also uses the word Kesha in the meaning of Shakti as Trayah Keshina. This occurs in Rigveda Samhita. Trayah Keshinaha. So these are all the various meanings of the word of the Nama Keshaha, Keshavaha. Then next Nama is Keshiha. The one who killed the Asura Keshin. It is like Kalanemi Niha. So it is Keshiha. Keshi Namanam Asuram Hatavan iti Keshiha. Again Krishna Avatara. Keshi was an Asura who was sent by Kansa to kill Sri Krishna when he was a child. So Kalanemi, who was born as Kamsa, sent this Keshi to kill Krishna when Krishna was a child. But what happened? The child Krishna, being what he was, this Asura was killed by Krishna. And hence Bhagavan is called Keshiha. Now, what is this Asura and all that we talk about? In fact, there are Asuras within us. Where everybody has got certain good qualities and also certain negative qualities. Every Jiva has got this. Jiva is a combination of both. So the negative qualities within us, within every Jiva, is an Asura. And what is this Asura negative qualities? It is a way of thinking. They're all in the form of vrittis, thoughts, which occur in the mind. And this Asura-like ways of thinking and expression can be destroyed and is destroyed by Bhagavan alone, and hence he is called Keshiha. Therefore, when we invoke the grace of Bhagavan, with the grace of Bhagavan, every human being can destroy the Asura Keshi within himself. This is the Adhyatmika angle of Asura Keshi. Removing all our negative qualities. And that can be achieved only by grace of Bhagavan. And that is why we have to continuously invoke the grace of Bhagavan. Then Harihi, the one who removes samsara. Sahetukam samsaram harati iti Harihi. Harati iti Harihi. The Lord is called Hari because he removes. What does he remove? When we invoke the Lord by proper actions, by proper thoughts, by doing our nitya karmas regularly, vihita karmas, he removes all our papas. And along with those papas, he also removes the samsara along with its cause. What is the cause of samsara? Self-ignorance. Avidya, ajnanam. And it is because of Bhagavan's grace that one is taken to a teacher and the teaching. That's why Puja Swamiji keeps on repeating. Come to Vedanta, come to study the scriptures, come to even the thought to know the meanings of the scriptures. One should be enjoying a very good degree of grace of Bhagavan. It doesn't come to everybody. Even in a house, if a person is, he goes to a teacher or he's learning, all these, the meanings of the scriptures, there may be 10 other people in the house. Nobody, even after seeing him or her, nobody, even the thought will not come to them that I should also do it. Why? Because they don't enjoy that specific grace of Bhagavan for doing this. So when it is only through the knowledge that one gains. And this knowledge removes the ignorance. And once the self-ignorance is removed, that totally removes the samsara. All that has got to be removed. It has to be done away with. And that ability to do away is there with only Bhagavan. That is why he is called Hari, Harihi. So we finished that sloka. I think I am done. Let me just check whether I have finished all the namas. Harihi, yeah. All namas done. So we will now go to the next shloka. कामदेव कामपालः कामीकान्तकृतागमः अनिर्देश्य वपुर्विष्णुः वीरोऽनन्तो धनञ्जयः. So this sloka contains 10 namas. So we have completed 650 namas. This is the 651st nama. Kamadevah, Kamapalah, Kami, Kantah, Kritāgamah, Anirdeshya Vapuhu, Vishnuhu, Veerah, Anantah, Dhananjayah. 10 namas are there. Kamadevah, the god of love. Now, what is this love? Adi Shankara explains, Dharmadi Purushartha Chatushtayam Vanchadbihi Kamyate iti Kamaha. So the love is not what we understand in the common parlance as love. The one who is desirous of all the 4 Purusharthas, that desire is called love. Then the Sanskrit explains, Na cha asau devah cha iti kamadevah. Sa cha, sorry, kamadevah. Kamah sa cha asau. Correct. So the one who has, the deva who has got that kamyate iti kamah is kamadevah. Kamyate iti kamah. So whatever is desired by the people in the form of the Purusharthas, such as Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha, is what is called Kama. And it is Bhagavan alone who is in the form of these Purusharthas. And he is the giver of these Purusharthas, and hence he is called Kama and Deva, both. As the Kama, as the Purusharthas, it is Bhagavan alone. And as the Lord of the Purusharthas, he is Deva, so he is Kama Deva. So he is Kamasya Deva. That is another meaning we can take from a Purana stories and all. So because here Adi Shankara doesn't take that meaning. He has only taken Karmadhare Samasa. Kamaha cha asau devah cha iti kamadevah. Now, Kamasya devah, Shashti Tatpurusha meaning we can take. The god of love is also called Kamadeva. So here the meaning of Kama is that which attracts, that which is joyous. As we study in our scripture, the god of love is Manmatha or Kama. Is depicted as having a bow of sugarcane and an arrow of flowers. And the people who are hit by it fall in love. That's why we say fall in love, because they never rise again. All falling, that's why we say fall in love. But if one has the grace of Bhagavan, then one grows in love, one rises in love, and he does not fall because of love. So Bhagavan is in the form of Kamadeva, the god of love, who is necessary for the propagation of all species of living beings. Well, normally, whenever we look at people who are supposed to be, within inverted comma, deeply in love, and if we observe their behavior, they would have fallen from, first of all, their daily routine. They will say, I have lost my hunger, appetite because of love. I have lost my sleep because of love. My mind is always agitated because I don't know that the object or the person whom I love, whether I will get it or not. So all these, from a normal routine living, it is a fall only in this love. That is the human, the kind of love we normally understand. Whereas if you have love for God, you will rise, you will grow spiritually if you understand what Bhagavan is. There can be no bigger, higher, greater object of love than Bhagavan, because Bhagavan is everything. If you can fall in love because of few attributes in another human being, those attributes also, if you understand, it belongs to Bhagavan. And not only those attributes, Bhagavan has got countless attributes which are all lovable. Then you will actually invoke Bhagavan as Kamadeva and pursue a path in your life to understand that Kamadeva, fall in love with everything that Bhagavan has created. Fall in love with the sea, fall in love with the sun, fall in love with the skies, fall in love with the trees, the mountains. So Bhagavan is in the form of Kamadeva, God of love. And that is also necessary for propagation of all species. Because that desire, all, and that is why, in our culture, the act that we do for propagation of species is considered as a yajna. It is not just meant for some physical pleasure. And that's why, in the marriage and all that, when they do, this nuptials or whatever name they call, it has to be done in an auspicious time. Of course, in today's time, we have lost all that kind of a thing. All those very beautiful and very, 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 I would say, dharmic way of doing things, we have lost all of them. Today, for us, marriage is only one purpose, that's all. So, when we look at that act also, invoke Kamadeva, then that becomes a yajna. And he is Kamadeva also, because once we are properly understand the meaning of what Kama is, and understand that Lord is the God of Kama, Lord of Kama, he helps us to keep our love under check. Love for all other material things under check. Develop vairagya and use it as a means for inner growth. If you have a mumukshu, who is a mumukshu? The one who has got a tivra ichcha for moksha. So replace all other desires with one desire, and that too a very, very strong desire for moksha, for freedom, inner freedom. So we can pray to Lord as Kamadeva to bless us with that Kama of desire for moksha. by replacing all our love for everything else. So Kama Deva. Then Kama Palaha, the protector of desires. Kaminam, Adhikritanam, Kaman Palayati iti Kama Palaha. Kaminam, Adhikritanam, for the Adhikaris. For the Adhikaris who deserve, he is Kama Palaha, the protector of their kamas, desirable things that they have achieved. So just referring to a mumukshu, it is not enough that one has a strong desire for moksha. One needs to work for it. One needs to travel in the path. One needs to do all the sadhanas which are required for gaining that chitta shuddhi first, and then the jnanam following that. So as we travel, that intensity of our desire should not go down, because what will happen, like Puja Swamiji says, Aramba Shura. All of us are very good, very enthusiastic when beginning anything. After some time, that wanes away. We can see it in our own Bhagavad Gita and Sanskrit classes, which we are part of. In the beginning, everybody will join. 50 people, 60 people will register. Eventually, they will be left with 20 people or 15 people. Why? Because all others started with a lot of enthusiasm, but that enthusiasm has waned away for whatever reason. So, in order to sustain that enthusiasm, to continue in the spiritual journey, we require the grace of Bhagavan, because he is the one who can actually protect these desirable things, what we desire. And there is another meaning we can take. As he said, he is the protector of kama or love. But that love should express as ananda. A love which turns into pain cannot be love. Love is a very joyous emotion. Any emotion which has a potential even to turn into a pain cannot be love. And Bhagavan's grace protects that love with ananda. So a lot of grace is required for love to remain as happiness, as ananda. Otherwise, love can evoke the unconscious, which can express as hatred and bitterness. One loves only the person that one trusts, because all that one has missed from one's parents, he or she might start seeing in that loved person. Because everybody has got a different kind of parentage. Our parents, from their standpoint, try to give the maximum care, love, providing all material things that we require for our growth. Everything they do. But there will hardly be any person. There will be certainly exceptions. I don't want to make a very sweeping statement, but there are persons who look back and say, what my parents have done for me, they have done nothing. So when they carry this attitude with them, they all go and settle down in their unconscious. They have a feeling of inadequacy. I wanted to do this, but because of my parents, I couldn't do it. They didn't provide this for me. All these inadequacies go and settle down as unconsciousness, a bitterness goes and settle down in the unconscious. And this unconscious, which is there, has got a very strange habit of surfacing unannounced. That is why it has got both the effects. When the unconscious manifests, it plays out, and we don't realize it at all. It's unconscious which is playing out. One, it can play out in a positive way when one sees a person and he feels that his inadequacies are being made adequate by that person. He loves that person. But the same love can also evoke all bitterness, and it causes negative transferences, which makes one to blame the loved one. The other person, the person who is being trusted, does not know what is going on. It's a very complicated psychological phenomenon. Too much of love can result in blame. This is transference. And these are all not just theory. We have seen the very thing that one loves, one may destroy and strangulate also. Therefore, a lot of grace is required to maintain the level of love and its expression as ananda, happiness, joy. And all this can be achieved only by invoking the grace of Bhagavan. And so Bhagavan is Kamapala. Then Kami, the one with all desires fulfilled. Purna Kama Swabhavatvat Kami. So Bhagavan is Kamapala. He can be a Kamapala because he is Kami. You can protect other person's desires provided you don't have that desire, isn't it? And Bhagavan fulfills all desires without any struggle because he is a Purna Kama Swabhava. When desires are fulfilled, the emotion that wells up is Ananda. Isn't it? When are we very happy in our life? When our desires are fulfilled. One desire fulfilled, happiness. Another desire comes up, unhappiness. That gets fulfilled, happiness. Then it followed by another desire, unhappiness. So, whenever a desire is fulfilled, what is the emotion? The emotion is of happiness, ananda. For Bhagavan, ananda is essential nature. And love, the kama, is in its dynamic form. God is limitless fullness. Limitless fullness is what is called love. Love is not God. Love is a human emotion which we superimpose on the Bhagavan. He is absolute fullness, Ananda Swarupa, and hence he is Kami. From our own standpoint of all our endless struggle, is all for what? All our struggles are to fulfill our desires. And since Bhagavan is the one who has no desire at all, he has all his desires, if at all it were there, are fulfilled. We pray to him as Kami, we invoke him as Kami, the one who has achieved all desires in full measure. That's how we have to understand this Nama Kami. Then Kantaha. Kantaha means the one who attracts. Abhirupatamam deham vahan Kantaha. Normally, Kanta is also means a magnet. So he attracts like a Kanta, a magnet, and hence he is called Kanta. Wherever there is attraction, that is attraction of Bhagavan alone. As you just now see, he is Ananda Swarupa. And what attracts you is what pleases. And what pleases you is Ananda, because it evokes the pleased self. So Bhagavan is the great magnet of attraction. This form is given for visualization. And of course, he has taken these forms in all his avatars, Sri Rama, Sri Krishna, all attractive forms of Bhagavan. Even Vamana Avatara, that form, that small Brahmin with an umbrella, a very attractive form. Therefore, he is Kanta. And Pujya Swamiji brings a very beautiful meaning here. The word Ka refers to Brahmaji also. Brahmaji is also referred to in the scriptures as Ka. So, the one who brings the Anta or the end to Ka is Kanta. So, he brings about the Anta or end to Ka, that is Brahmaji, at the end of his lifespan, and hence also he is called Kanta. Another meaning Pujya Swamiji adds. This is why this highlights the importance of thorough knowledge of the Sanskrit language. In Sanskrit, language is so dynamic, so vast. Any amount of study that you do will fall short. Then next is Kritagamaha. Krita Agamaha, the author of the Vedas. Kritaha Agamaha Srutihi Amrityadi Lakshane Yena Saha Kritagamaha. The Vedas are also called Agama. It is Krita, authored or revealed by Ishvara, who is all-knowing, and hence he is Kritagama. In fact, every discipline of knowledge is from Ishvara alone. When our Maya wheel is little bit removed, we start seeing the little by little the knowledge of Ishvara. When the Maya wheel is completely removed, we become Jnanis. Jnani does not mean that you know every subject in the world. Jnani means you have gained the knowledge of what is the most important thing in your life, and all other types of knowledge, Laukika knowledge, Veda knowledge, everything else is irrelevant. That's why all-knowing does not necessarily mean he knows everything literally. He knows what is there to be known. Everything else is irrelevant. So that is, I think we can take one more nama. Anirdesha Vapuhu. The one whose form cannot be described. Idam tad idrisham veti nirdeshtum yatra shakyate. Gunadi atitatvat tadeva rupamasyeti anirdeshya vapuhu. So as we have seen in Tattva Bodha also, the manifestation of Ishvara as this Jagat happens at three planes: physical plane, subtle plane, and causal plane. Now all these three are real or unreal. Here it says his Vapu is Anirdeshya. His manifestation cannot be categorically said as real or unreal. And hence he is Anirdeshya Vapu. Generally, we understand the objects and persons as having this name, this form, these attributes, etc. Isn't it? The Lord being of the nature of Satyam Jnanam Anantam and being free from any form or attribute cannot be pointed out with any particular name, form, or attribute. Hence, he is Anirdeshya Vapuhu. And this applies to Maya also, not only to Brahman, to Maya also, or Ishvara, which is Maya Sahita Brahman. We cannot say whether it is real, transactionally it is real, experientially it appears to be real, this entire Jagat. But when you inquire into the reality of this Jagat, we find that that reality vanishes. We find that all this is just an appearance, a Maya, a magic of Bhagavan, like a magic of Bhagavan. So that is Anirdeshya Vapuhu. It's time now, we will stop. Om Purnamadav Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you very much.
Hari Om Guruji.
Thank you.
Namaskara.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hari Om Guruji.
Thank you, Hari Om.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Arun Kumar ji.
Namaste ji.
Namaste.
I have a small doubt on the last part. Anirdeshya Bhavaha.
Anirdeshya Vapuhu.
Anirdeshya Vapuhu.
Vapuhu means body. Right? Anirdeshya. Nirdesha means which can be specifically mentioned or specifically identified. Anirdeshya Vapuhu. That's how you have to split. So what is the doubt?
Yeah, the doubt is actually that means supreme consciousness is actually formless. Then temples where virtues are integrated into our life in India, it's not necessarily forming part of Vedas, right? Or
No.
why it's always the deities or
What I said in the beginning, what is the manifestation of Bhagavan? Bhagavan manifests as this Jagat, correct? And that manifestation takes place with the help of Maya. Now, whenever we are talking about any manifestation or anything in this Jagat, there are two components. Whenever, for that matter, let's take an example of a carpenter. A carpenter can make a chair provided two things are there. One, there should be material in the form of wood or whatever, the chair consists of. He should have that. The other is the skill of that carpenter, efficiency of that carpenter. But you or me, if we get a log of wood, we can't make a chair. Carpenter can make because he has got the efficiency. So in the manufacture of a chair, there are two causes involved. One is a material cost and the another is an efficient cost. Okay. Now, when Bhagavan, we say the whole Jagat manifests as Bhagavan, or Bhagavan is manifest as the Jagat. The question is, there has got to be two causes, efficient cause and material cause. Because Jagat has been created. Any creation requires both these. And we also say that there was only Ishvara, there was only Brahman in the beginning. There was nothing before Brahman. Only Brahman was the first thing, consciousness, right? Now the question will arise, if Brahman was the only thing, and there is no material available for Brahman to create this world, from where did that material come? It's a logical question. So the scriptures answer that Brahman created this world out of his own material, or whatever it is. That so the whole world is a manifestation of that Brahman only. That material cause, we give it a name Maya. So Maya and Brahman as such are inseparable. You cannot have Brahman without Maya. You can have Brahman without Maya, but that Brahman will not be recognizable. We can recognize Brahman only because of Maya. So Maya is necessary for us to recognize Brahman. So when we come to the material cause, what is a temple, what is a stone, what is the idol, they are all material. And that material cannot be given shape to without the Brahman, which is Sat, Chit and Ananda. Ananda, you just Ananda can be taken as Ananta in this case, limitlessness. So the material that we experience has got a Sat aspect, existence. In inanimate objects, how Brahman manifests is, he manifests as existence. It is. The temple is, the idol is, the pujari is, the bell is. Whenever we say is, that is the manifestation of Brahman, manifestation of the existence aspect of Brahman. Now, when we come to an animal or one of the plant kingdom or anything, there two things are manifest. Sat and Chit are very blatantly manifest. Existence, we say plant is, and it is also growing. It gives fruits or whatever it gives. So Sat and Chit are manifest, even though Ananda is not manifest in that. Right? I mean, Ananda is not manifest visually for us. When you come to the human being, Sat is manifest. We say he is or she is. Isness is there. Then consciousness is manifest. As we are all conscious beings, sentient beings. Ananda is also manifest because we do experience that Ananda. Other people can see us also, experiencing Ananda. So in the human form, all three are manifest. In inanimate objects, only two are manifest. Right? So, how you have to understand this temple and all is that Brahman is manifest in the temples, in the idols of God and everything as what? Saguna Ishvara, as the isness. And the moment we attribute that isness to that God or anything, then it is the human imagination, it is the Vedas description, it is description in all these places of the various attributes, the gunas of that Ishvara. That again, if we go a little bit into that Trigunatmika, Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna, all that. Now we take all the gunas and divide them. When see, you are in Bhagavad Gita also, isn't it? You are attending Gita classes? My Gita classes?
No, sir, I joined very late, so I'm yet to.
Okay. So
Yes.
in Gita, we'll be discussing all these things, the Trigunatmika, Triguna aspect, whereas Brahman is beyond all the three gunas. So like that, when we actually look at the temples and all, they are all mentioned in the Vedas and all that. The purpose, how that structure has been created, there are different purposes for different people at different stages of their spiritual growth. So we must also understand that nothing is like black and white kind of a thing. It is just like, there is this knowledge available. Physics knowledge is available. But the whole of physics knowledge is not taught in your high school. In high school, certain things, basics, fundamentals are taught. When you go to an undergraduate course, that knowledge is further revealed. More knowledge is revealed. When you go to post-graduation, more. Then when you go to PhD level, a specific area, everything about that you learn, right? Like that, when you take the temple also, a jnani going to a temple will have a different understanding of what the temple is as compared to a person who has just understood something, a child going to a temple. It has only heard Rama, Sita stories and all that. The parents would have told God is there, you must go and pray and all that. When the child goes to the temple, the understanding of the child about the temple will be different than the understanding of a jnani. So we have to understand our scriptures, that scriptures is one body, but it's like a prism from where you see what, depending upon your own maturity, emotional, intellectual, spiritual maturity, your understanding will be different. That is how when you go to the temple also, you must have that understanding. Yeah, have I answered your question?
Thank you, Guru.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So any other questions? Nothing else. So we can close the session and we'll see you next Sunday. Hari Om. Thank you all.
Thank you, Guru.
Thank you.